Alrighty guys, welcome back to Dutch Diecast Collector. Today we got a Hobby Monster Skyhawk. This one from the Falklands, the Armada Gustavo Márquez fluid, Marcelo Gustavo Márquez, I need to say it correctly, and May 82, a lieutenant. Yeah, I always find it very interesting, the era of the Falkland War, and how did it progress and how did it go for these guys on both sides. So I have always a big interest for planes. Luckily, a fellow collector wanted to sell me this one from his collection, so I'm super happy. The boxes of the A4 are always quite good. I hear a lot of loose parts. It's a used model, so I hope nothing has fallen out, but we'll see in a sec. But what I recall from this collector usually is quite good. Now all the parts are loose. Unfortunately, I think the back popped. This can happen. It's okay, as long as all the parts are there, I'm not so worried. So you have a lot of door bay hatches and so on. The stand is still loose, so that's all good. And of course a massive fuel tank. I really hope that the back popped open. The fuel tank is still in the back here. So the little bag that he put everything in, it's notched open. This can happen to the best of us, unfortunately. I know all about it. I also shipped something a few days ago and everything shot out apparently in the box, and the guy was quite disappointed with me, and we made up apologies with each other, but that happens. But always be patient with each other. So cool little fuel tanks. I'm gonna put you guys on the right angle, by the way, so that you guys can actually see something. So there was a Ziploc bag in there, but it just popped open. Now let's see if we have all the doors and hatches. So we have two closed doors with a lot of detail, two wheels with a aluminum frame in it, so you can hear that. Two open doors. These snap always really easy. Be careful with them. These are the small open hatch doors from the front. Of course, the rear doors, two sides, and of course one front door open. And a giant pounder of bomb. It's 500 LBS bomb or 250, I don't remember. But these guys during the Falklands would actually drop these on ships. This was just quite impressive if you consider the tech difference between the two parties. The Argentinas were using these quite older generation basic radar systems on these jets versus yeah, some titanious ships from the UK, the Royal Navy, let's say. What I always like about these little guys, their little tank probe. This one is still looking quite okay. Let's go over the plane first before I start yabbling on and on and on and on. I will put you guys full lighted, so I have some light on my model. So first off, the Argentinian flag with the little sun, the Armada logo, the assignment number, the little anchors. The tail is plastic, so be very careful with that. It also can come out quite easily. The tail boom, same story, has the hook. Be very careful with that. I also, the hatch, it usually is openable, but sometimes they don't open as easy. This one still does. So you can open the canopy still. The pilot is already installed. Also the top here, the little radar. I believe this was radar, but I'm not 100% sure. Feel free to correct me. And of course the little fin antenna. In the cockpit, I don't know how much detail there is in there. There is a little bit of detail, but nothing I can really show easily with that glass. So sorry for that, guys. But for the rest, she's looking quite okay. Still a little stunner. I like these older Skyhawks mainly because there was a lot of detail, especially the older ones had even some weathering on it, which was really nice. So yeah, let me put her on wheels for you guys, show you how the wheels sit with the little bomb under it, and then afterwards on stand, because this one will go into my collection on a stand for unfortunate. That's the downside with the bomb. So see you guys in a sec. So this is her sitting on her little wheels. I have to say the wheel assembly of the A4 Skyhawk is always very satisfactory, let's say. Let me put off a tank for you guys. So first you put in your little gear bay doors, and then this little wheel goes all over that, and that secures everything. So for me, a very cool design. Don't flip them around because then you will see that it falls over. They're not dip unfriendly, at least, so they're quite stable little planes. They sit higher on the legs. It looks a bit funny, but they can go off flight deck carriers and so on, so they are a bit more raised, I assume, for that reason. But they're fun little guys and girls planes that, yeah, the wheels actually stick out, so it's quite cool. So yeah, that's on tarmac mode, let's say, so the wheels down mode, but very decent. Now converting it, I'm gonna do it on cam quickly. So unfortunately with the stand, this one goes, so that's a shame. Just a matter of you remove the fuel tanks to make yourself a little bit of space. You can pull all these parts out, quite easy. These are the ones that I should watch out with, so you wiggle them out, don't pull them out too hard, don't break them, because they break super easy. The front wheel, same story, comes out usually quite easy, and then you have all the parts off. Then it's just a matter of putting in the doors closed, which is really straightforward and easy. You feel a little clicking sensation. There's even some space left to gently pull it out later. Also with these doors, you don't need to glue them, just gently push them in. If they don't fit easy, then just put some white glue on it, no permanent glues. I see these often glued with used models and I leave them sitting. It's a shame of the model, but yeah. Nothing we can do about that. So this is the in-flight mode. Now imagine if we had a different stand type. It would sit something like this on a different stand. I don't know if the A4 Skyhawk has a Hobby Master aftermarket stand, so or a replacement at least. There are some cool people out online that can make stands for you that you can put it on flight display on your angle like this. But that's how that would look. Now you can put it on our tanks. They're quite okay. So the stand itself, you can put all these parts away. These are all parts we're not going to use anymore, unfortunately. The stand itself, this one is still new, so bear with me with unpacking quickly. There's 3 parts. And those 3 parts are quite straightforward. They're all plastic and they all should fit quite easily. Sometimes the first time when you put these things together, they are a bit more tricky, let's say. But once they're in, then they're in. Then the rear one, this angled under this angle. If I'm not mistaken, at least. It's been a while since I put one of these together. Haven't bought any A4s lately. The last one that I bought was the other one from Argentina, which this is quite rough stuff sometimes. But give it some time. So, but be careful you don't over push them. They tip off quite easily. Then you can put it in your little plane. The holder fits quite easily and it even molds a little bit over the pilot or over the plane. So that's really nice. So let me set you guys up on a rotisserie table and do the final details. Alrighty, there you have it, the finishing touch. Yeah, as I mentioned, the details on the paint with a little bit of a zoom in, you can see them really well. A really cool little model. I always like the United States versions that they have from Hobby Master. Any of these A4 Skyhawks you can gently buy and without any hassle. They are always quite well fitting, cool model look. The older ones have a little bit more detail to them, for me at least, but for the rest they are awesome. I want to thank you guys again for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. It's always very welcome all. It's not a must-have, but it's nice to have. But I really enjoy with you guys filming these and reviewing, and especially the comments that I've been getting lately on the emails. Yeah, it makes life a little bit more fun with modeling. So thank you guys, stay safe, and hope to see you guys next time. Thank you, bye-bye.